and welcome to class number 32 here at our virtual UPK. I'm really glad to see you today. Now remember, we don't want to bring germs to class with us, so if you haven't washed your hands yet, pause the video and do so now. All clean? Perfect. All right. You have been working so hard at writing your name. I'm so proud of you. I am going to practice writing my T today. So far I've written the K and the A. Now don't forget, I'm using a marker, but you should probably use a crayon or a pencil. I say hi to Smiley, and I start right here. Big line over, and big line down. Okay, you can pause the video now if you'd like to practice writing your name with your grown-up. If you're ready to move on, we will put our name over here. That will tell everyone we're ready to learn, and we will start our calendar. Today is still in the month of October. I knew you knew it. All right, let's sing our Days of the Week song so we can find out what day of the week it is. Are you ready? Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Oh, there's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Okay, friends, if yesterday was Tuesday, what does that make today? Oh, there's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. Well done. Today is Wednesday. And if yesterday was the number 27, what does that make today? 26, 27, perfect. 28. It is a 2 and an 8. Okay, friends, I'm going to put it up here under my Wednesday. And I'm going to say the date. Ready to say it with me? Here we go. Today is Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. How loud can you say 2020? Are you ready? 2020. Well done. What day is it for you? Is it the same or is it different? If you need to pause the video now and do the calendar with your grown-up, you can do so. If you're ready to go on, I will look out my window. And I don't see the sun out there. What kind of weather do you think it is? If something is blocking the sun, it is cloudy. Well done, friends. I will put my cloudy right here on my Wednesday. Okay. Great job, friends. If you need to pause the video now and do your calendar and your weather with your grown-up, you can do so. Remember, you can use our pieces or you can always draw your own. You can do whatever you'd like on your calendar, and if you ever want to share it with us on Facebook, we'd love to see it. All right. Now it's time for a question or topic of the day. Did you ever try something new and you might have been a little nervous about trying it? Or maybe it's something that you do all the time. You play a sport or you play an instrument, and sometimes something could go wrong and you might feel sad about it. Did you ever feel like that, friends? If you want, you can pause the video now and talk to your grown-up about a time when that happened to you. Well, sometimes, friends, we're going to talk about a friend who was having a hard time with something. And this is my friend, Tony and Olivia. See, Tony and Olivia are in the same class, and they were building together. Do you see how they're building in the building area? And then the teacher told them it was time to clean up. And Tony could hear that Olivia was singing something. She said, pick up the blocks and put them in the box. When it's done, we'll go to group time. And Tony said, what are you singing to Olivia? And Olivia said, sometimes I sing to myself and I say, when it's done, then we can go to group time. That way, I'll know how to do it. And Tony thought that was a great idea to remember how to do something. Is to talk it out or sing it out. Sometimes Miss Katie sings too. If you ever stop by my office, you'll hear me singing. It's a really great way to focus our attention. Friends, do you remember how we focus our attention with our attentoscopes? Yep, sometimes we need to use our words to focus our attention too. So we can use our eyes or our voices. All right, friends, we're going to read a great story about someone who needed to learn to be a good friend even to themselves. But first, you know, it's time for our stretch break. Here we go. Stand up, take one step away from your computer, and here we go. Okay, I want to hear all the words too, so make sure you're using your voice and your body. Ready? I can stretch. I can bend. I can wave to a friend. Hi, friends. Woo, I think I heard you that time. Here we go. Ready? I can jump so high. I can crouch so low. I can tap the floor with my toe. Both feet. Good job. I can cross my arms and breathe in deep. What happens next? That's right, I calm my body and I have a seat. Good job. If you're ready to go on to our story, we can do so now. And if you're not quite ready, you can always do the stretches again. Okay, friends. This story is called Listening with My Heart, and it is by Gabby Garcia. If Gabby Garcia is the author, friends, what does she do? That's right, she wrote the words. Esperanza's tummy fluttered as she practiced her lines on the porch. Today was the class play. Waiting for Mama to walk with her to school, she paced back and forth when she spotted a heart-shaped rock. Esperanza picked it up and showed it to Mama as soon as she stepped outside. I see you found a little treasure, said Mama. Esperanza rubbed its rough surface and felt a twinkle of joy. Maybe it's a sign. For what? Asked Mama. She thought about the class play later that afternoon, wondering what it would finally be like in the spotlight. To put my heart into everything I do, she answered. At that moment, they heard scratching and a soft cry. Esperanza peeked under the stairs and spotted a kitty shaking and shivering. No Mama in sight. She scooped the kitten into her lap and cuddled her. She's all alone, and I think she's hungry. Esperanza reached for her lunch bag, pinched off a piece of chicken, and offered it to the kitten, who gobbled it up. Mama, I think the rock is a reminder to spread kindness and love. That's what we do when we listen with our hearts. I think you're onto something, said Mama. Can we keep Cleopatra, please? Asked Esperanza, who had already named the kitten. Queens are always welcome in our home, said Mama. If she's still here after school, we'll take her in. After school, Esperanza was more focused on the play than on math and reading. Clutching her script during recess, she noticed Bajo sitting alone on the bench. He was new in school this week and didn't speak much English. She wondered if he felt lonely or scared. Esperanza found a soccer ball and kicked it over to him. Have you ever felt lonely or scared, friends, when you've started in a new school? I know, it can be scary, and that's why it's so important to be good friends. A smile spread across Bajo's face. He stood, popped the ball in the air, then bounced it between his knee and his head a few times. He's got moves, thought Esperanza. They spent recess giggling and making up hand signals. Afterwards, Esperanza borrowed Miss Owen's English Vietnamese dictionary. She wrote friend in Vietnamese, drew a picture of Bajo and her, and then put it on his desk. Esperanza rubbed the rock in her pocket. Listening with her heart made her feel peaceful inside. That was very kind. She wrote the word in his language. Finally, it was time for the performance. It was too late for Bajo to be in the play, but he stood by Miss Owen's side at the stagehand. Excitement bubbles as Esperanza awaited her cue. Esperanza walked on stage, tripped as she was about to say her first line, and splattered across the stage. When she got up, she forgot her lines, so Miss Owen whispered them to her from backstage. Heat rushed through Esperanza's body. All of the eyes were glued to her. She wished she could disappear. Have you ever felt like that, friends? How do you think she's feeling right now? Yeah. I ruined the play, thought Esperanza, rushing off stage as soon as she finished her part. I messed up in front of everyone and tucked herself in behind all of the props so no one could see her. Esperanza noticed her body shaking and her face still burning. She took a deep breath and dug the rock out of her pocket. It was cracked and lopsided, just how she felt. Esperanza touched her hand to her heart, and she felt disappointment. Bajo found Esperanza a few minutes later and handed her a drawing with the word friend written above it. Esperanza nodded. She hadn't been treating herself like a friend. Esperanza realized this wasn't the first time she had been unkind to herself. At the soccer game last weekend, she missed the ball that swooshed by her head, and they lost the game. Nice work, a player from the other team yelled as the others laughed. Esperanza thought she had let her team down, and was the worst soccer player in the world. Thinking those thoughts had made her feel worse. At curtain call, Esperanza reminded herself she hadn't ruined the play. She had had an accident, and accidents happen to everyone. Listening with her heart wasn't just about giving kindness and love to others. It was about giving it to herself, too. I can be a friend to myself, thought Esperanza. When Esperanza got home, she focused on her favorite things. She zipped down the hill on her bike and spent the afternoon painting at the kitchen table. She also got the hug she needed from Mama and the cuddles from Cleopatra. The end. Well, friends, I like the way that Esperanza remembered that she also has to be a good friend to herself. So even when we have lots of different feelings coming up, we can also remember that we have to be a good friend to ourselves. So for our activity today, we're going to start by making our own heart rock. Okay, it's not really a rock, but you do have a piece of red paper in your supplies. And you can cut out a heart shape. You could trace one, you could cut it out yourself, or you can always fold your paper and draw half a heart this way, and then cut around it. Okay, friends? So you can pause the video in a moment. You can cut out your heart shape, and you can decorate your heart any way you'd like. So it'll be special just for you. So you can remember that you have to show kindness to others, but you also have to show kindness to yourself. All right, pause the video now, and you can design your heart. All set, friends? Now we're going to use our heart. If you want to grab this paper, that looks like this. And this paper says, I will remember to be a good friend to myself when I, and you can talk with your grown-up right now about a time that maybe you weren't a very good friend to yourself, or you might be nervous about trying something new. Maybe you're trying a new sport and you don't know if you'll be any good at it. Or maybe you know sometimes you get really frustrated when the Legos don't look just how you think they should look. And you have to keep trying, and that's okay. And when you're all done, you can glue your heart right to this paper, and then you can remember and put it somewhere. Well, you'll remember to be a good friend to yourself. And you can always talk it out, just like we've been practicing. All right, friends? So, if you'll grab your supplies, you can pause the video now and talk to your grown-up about when you will remember to be a good friend. All right, friends, I know that you've been working super hard here at UPK, and I know that sometimes it is tough when you're trying something new. But remember, always be a good friend to yourself. And if you make a mistake, that's okay. You just try again and talk it out. Okay, friends? That's it for me today. I will see you again